Hello, all. Welcome to my channel Tech Research and another episode of Research Talk Show. Today, we have dashing, stylish personality with us, Dr. KV Karisar, the person who is perfect combination of both academics and research. He has more than 30 years of experience in research, innovation, and teaching at different levels at UG, PhD, and PG level. He has published more than 360 national and international research articles and also 6 books and 22 book chapters. He is currently senior professor, program coordinator of UGC SAP and DSTFIST in Department of Computer Science and IT. His sum of areas research include remote sensing and GIS, image processing, pattern recognition, and there are many more. He has engraved many awards, publications, research grant on his name, and very few to mention is about Vijayshri Award for his excellent services and also nominated in top 100 professionals in 2017 from International Biographical Center, Cambridge, England. He is visionary, enthusiastic, hardcore dedicated teacher and researcher and developed a new mechanism of teaching, learning, and evaluation methods. I just also want to add a point here. Among students, he is not only known for his research, but also for his fashionable suits and shoes. So I really welcome you, sir, and thank you so much for giving your time to this special show.
Thank you, Monica, for nice introduction.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see our student doing a very excellent job at international level. That is what the real gift of the teacher, actually.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So my first question start, what is the most challenging thing for you when you were pursuing PhD or doing research?
Yeah. Performing the research is a passionatic thing, I think. And one cannot pursue the research just for a research point of view or for just degree point of view.
Mhm.
You can observe the various problem and challenges in the society around you and at the national or international level,
Mhm.
and then being an academician you think that you have that caliber to resolve some type of conflict which is going on, and through the technological and innovations and knowledge power you can able to try to solve it. So at the beginning, when we are in the Department of Computer Science and Information Technology, earlier it was electronics,
Mhm.
we think that the burning issues that we had faced at the beginning, that are the security aspect. Though the information communication technology in various gadget comes into the market,
Mhm.
and various people earlier it was just phone for call, then it was for the multi-dimensional aspects, and the systems even the very small. There are very different kind of perspectives and challenges about the security, and those offices, those institution get joined with the help of technological constant. Again security issues arises when
Mhm.
we are connected in the global network. Again security issues arises. So,
Mhm.
taking that particular point in a mind, no single person or single department or university can able to handle this type of crisis. We
Mhm.
have taken a search and find out that in the global level of the market, the security, the passwords and the network and the considerations of the information thefting is going on very seriously in different domain and different network of area.
Mhm.
And what we found one day, there is a security aspect which we cannot able to supposed to test and crack easily,
Mhm.
and which is supposed to be embedded with the human being. And
Mhm.
that point that we had coined as an a core point concern, and we think that this is the probable area for research. Since 2002 and onward, we had started to coin this particular problem as a research problem, that is the security, and that security using the biometric security. So our first crack is the biometric security in the department. We had established the laboratory with the help of various funding of the research from UGC and other, and we had developed a state-of-art facility in the department that is the biometric and multimodal and unimodal biometric security. So I am happy to say that our lab or our group is one of the pioneering group in the country to do this type of research in the biometric. So human authentication, human identification is the major concern than the machine. Only the persons who are going to interrupt and disturb the others' networks and other security. So why not to identify the person in
Mm-hmm.
direct form or indirect form or local form? That
Mm-hmm.
was our the first concern. The challenges was too heavy at that time. We don't have the sensor, we don't have the data, we
Right.
don't have the high technological constraints and tools available, but
Mm-hmm.
we are cover it. Once we decide that we can do it, successfully we did that particular thing in the first decade of my research domain, that is 2000 2010. That is the first part that we had developed, and we are happy. Most of the students are awarded the PhD degree, and we had a standard record of publication on that particular year also.
Wow,
So
that
that challenge we accepted, and we had done it. Yeah.
so the thing is with the minimum tools what you have, you able to produce something new and innovation. So that,
Exactly,
right,
exactly,
right.
exactly. Because what is the data, what are the mutation of the
Mm-hmm.
fingerprint, what are the mutations of the faces, what are the various traits in the biometrics.
Mm-hmm.
The human being possesses various traits. We don't have the sensor to acquire those data.
Right.
Even though we don't know the structural composition of that particular data, we
Mm-hmm.
study at a level hard. We had discussed with these various people among the group through whole countries and nations. We build some particular basic data. We request some particular database agency. They had also provided some data, and we had
Mm-hmm.
started
Yeah.
neural network, pattern recognition. Then MATLAB at that time was the very famous tool to
Yes.
handle all these things.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it was the advanced image processing and artificial intelligence consent to
Mm-hmm.
recognize the information, hiding information, or which is not captured by the sensory information to easily identify the human trait or information and authentication of the person. As you say correctly, with the help of very minimum resources in terms of manpower, resources in terms of technology, research in terms of data, research in terms of infrastructure, that
Yes.
we have started, and we are proud to say that at present one of the important lab that we have developed, and it's a proud moment for all of us.
Yes, sir. That's really
Yeah,
nice. So
yeah,
my
yeah,
second
yeah.
question comes with the point like if you can share any bad experience in research where you are depressed and how you overcame that moment or that situation.
Sure. So as I say, I am working on the three different domain in the research. That is the first domain that we had explored. That is the multimodal and multi-biometric and unimodal biometric system laboratory.
Mm-hmm.
It was established with the hard work, no doubt, with the help of some supporting students and all. But
Mm-hmm.
2010 and onward, we had entered into different domain because we faced that there is a real challenges of the data handling and data process, that is big data analysis comes into horizon very newly,
Yes.
and we can easily manipulate the informations of the data which is available with the help of simple sensor. But
Mm-hmm.
the data which are having the very huge nature, if you
Mm-hmm.
consider that we can take the pictures of the surface of the earth or particular city or particular state, and there are huge problem. That is what we entered in the area domain in the second half quarter of my research career. That
Mm-hmm.
is the remote sensing
Yes.
area.
Yes.
That remote sensing is a very very important. Very few stations are available in the different country. Very
Mm-hmm.
challenging. Data complexity is too high, then density of the data too high. There is a lot of shortage of the technology, lot of shortage of the interpretation analysis, and lot of shortage of the tool even though. So
Mm-hmm.
the biggest challenge that we accept, that I'm particularly very much passionate to do some research, because we have the strong background of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and pattern recognition.
Right.
This is what we can say, that the advanced image processing technology.
Mm-hmm.
But the data images is too complex.
Right.
It is data is collected by the sensor which is too away from the surface of the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and the data is a very complexity but very important to analyze and interpret. So we can solve the n number of problem: agriculture, transportations, then what we can say, soil mapping, mountain, forest. There are a number of application. And then in second quarter, we apply, we had collaborate with the DST, we have collaborate the various agency. We get succeed to allocate the major research project. But the biggest challenge until today that we are going to face that
Mm-hmm.
the multispectral data having some limitation to explore the application. That is what we had discussed now. But
Mm-hmm.
apart from that, the particular signature of a pure pixel means that we can able to see each other on the basis of base information. We can recognize to each other,
Right.
but authentication, whether he is a Monica or whether he is a Professor Kale,
Mhm.
unless and until we don't have the minute information about the object, we cannot able to detect.
Right.
And that is one of the biggest limitation which we can happen in the remote sensing, multimodal remote sensing data.
Right.
And the latest tool developed by the NASA, a multiple sensor developed by the world scenario in the sensory form, and they develop the hyperspectral data. So
Mm-hmm.
hyperspectral data is a big data where
Mm-hmm.
we can have the more number of detailed information, but the multispectral, multidimensional challenges also too high. One
Right.
cannot explore this data very easily,
Right.
though it is a fine tune, though it is information is depicted, and this is the biggest challenge in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Still, in the last 20 years, we are working in this domain. We are still working in the biometric, but this is the new challenge, and
Mm-hmm.
these challenges coupled with the various national, international domain level of the problem, and 60, 70% the challenges of the real world that we can tackle with this particular technology. So we enter. So we
Mm-hmm.
are currently working with the IIT's professors in the big national network project. We are working with the DST with the big national project.
Mm-hmm.
We are, but still the challenge is the data. No single country manage the whole information of the globe under one sequence or under one tool. So data calibration, data availability, current data, its repository and its analysis and processing is the biggest challenge still remain. And there is a tremendous scope in this particular area, those who are having interest to go ahead. So big data analytic is one of the example in hyperspectral data imaging. So we are enthusiastically working still in this particular domain. So if you ask the challenge is the data availability, its repository, its exploration, processing, analysis. In all sectors, there is a challenge. So we have some track publishing record. If you search in the Google, even though you can find out some of the articles and papers and monuments and chapter that we have published in hyperspectral data analysis.
Mm-hmm.
And one more important, I would like to say, there is a big challenge because there is no single software marketly available. Even though
Mm-hmm.
it is available in ArcGIS and all, but that is too costly. No simple persons or single institutes can afford it to get developed.
Mm-hmm.
So open source, we are trying to develop the software in open source domain, that is the Python and our combination. And
Wow.
some of my research students are already developed some libraries, and we had produced that particular beta 1, 2, 3 version for hyperspectral data analysis and processing for researchers and for end users. So this is another challenge. Though data is available by hook and crook with the help of NASA and some agency, one cannot know how to process and analyze
Mm-hmm.
what particular specific aspect that we can able to trace, because the data is having the different nature. So
Mm-hmm.
it is the nature of the agriculture, it is the nature of vegetation, it is the nature of mountain, it is the nature of whole aspect of the surface object, and it is very complicated.
Yes.
And collections of the data in the different angle through the long distance in the space, that is the airborne data or spaceborne data or sensory data, is a very very big challenge. So calibration, preparation, restoration, analysis and processing in all aspect hyperspectral data analysis it. But sure that the significance level of this particular research is very 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 powerful for the benefit of the society at a large.
Wow, sir, that is so nice. You opened so many doors for the students, those who are interested in this area. Okay, you can go out if you are interested, do something in this area.
Yeah,
You can see
yeah,
some
yeah,
result.
yeah,
We can make an impact together. That's so nice to hear from you, sir.
yeah.
So my
One
next,
one
yes,
more point I would like to add in that
yes, sir.
this area is a multidisciplinary area again.
Right, sir.
So we can collaborate. When we say the Earth surface consists of agriculture, our surface consists of mountain, our surface consists of watershed, Our
Mhm.
surface consists of so many things.
Right,
So
sir.
we can coin the environment science, life science, material science, chemical science, all engineering aspect and management aspect. So this domain of area research is multidisciplinary. So
Mhm.
so many people should come together, analyze and interpret. And in the worldwide, you can see that even though IITs also start the earth science departments,
Mhm.
earth science department. That means the information about the earth surface that you have to capture, analyze, interpret, and try to able to solve the higher level of problem at the government and NGOs and various academic and industry levels.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes, sir.
Right.
So, taking discussion further, I just want to share about like you have served many boards and international organizations, and you
Yeah.
definitely must had some many challenges. So, what
Right.
is your personal experience? Have you tackled with them, or any motivating experience you have to share with our viewers?
Yeah. Again, same. I would like to put. We are working on the multi remote sensing data, but
Mm-hmm.
remote sensing data explorations is not so easy as I say,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't have the sufficient budget to procure the n number of licenses for RGS and all.
Right, sir.
Even though we can procure it, we don't have the expertise to analyze and interpret those particular codes and this particular form.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What we decide that we see some open source libraries available. So around 3 4 years, me and my teams are entirely working, and we are showing to the nation that yes, in open source also, in the higher domain also, we can able to resolve this particular concept by developing small tool, and that
Mm-hmm.
tool is under a NISA project of the DST. That is one component.
Mm-hmm.
Second component, we are still struggling for the we are going to manage some particular things about the capturing of the data. So
Right.
satellite management is not a single country's perspective. Even though the US and other country also are not able to capture the whole information of the globe in a to so they have to come together under one treaty, three
Mm-hmm.
four countries, because the surface level information is too wide, too spread, and a single sensor having some swath and azimuth to capture the information
Right.
apart from the environmental and apart from the atmospheric condition. So
Mm-hmm.
always we require, though there is a Google and there is some higher end of the tools available, but
Mm-hmm.
even though the capturing the information of the whole globe is totally impossible. And the if you want to study some particular region,
Mm-hmm.
say for example, just last 2 year back, we
Right.
had captured some local information of the local crop, rabi crop and kharif crop,
Okay.
because that is the agriculture problem.
Mm-hmm.
So machine don't know which crop it is. Even though we want to produce some object characteristics about the crop. Say for example, if Maharashtra government in India particularly asks what is the area covered by the cotton crop in Maharashtra in Rabi season,
Mm-hmm.
so the general way is what to just to measure, go to the field, measure the area, see the crop and all. It requires the too long times.
Right,
So
sir.
with the help of productivity, with the help of area mapping, with the help of coverage, with the help of signature,
Mm-hmm.
so we as a human being, as a farmer, we know what is the crop of the cotton, but
Right,
how the machine should know?
right.
So we should create the, that means creating the signature of a particular object.
Mm-hmm.
So signature for a particular crop. There are n number of crop. There are n number of canopy in the world. So
Right,
crop in Maharashtra, crop in Gujarat, crop in USA, that particular crop in different country having the different features, and
right,
that is the biggest challenge.
right.
So in multispectral and remote sensing data, biggest challenge is what? To specify the spectral signatures upon an object, to recognize and to gather and to complete the area. So
Right.
my second point is that we are facing that particular, we means all,
Mm-hmm.
facing that particular, unless and until we are
Mm-hmm.
not able to create and capture the signatures of the object, those
Mm-hmm.
object which is frequently used for certain application,
Right, sir.
uh, then we can able to studies and we can able to provide it. So in multispectral hyperspectral area, one of the core research component and challenges is that to create the hyperspectral signature or to create the spectral signature,
Right.
and creation of the spectral signature is one of the biggest challenge.
Mhm.
And one has to see at the local to global.
Right, sir.
That means in Maharashtra, what are the various crop, for we consider only the agriculture section, that of the crop planning,
Mm-hmm.
what you can say precision agriculture. There
Right.
are a number of crop. crop starting from some crop having the 3 month life, some crop having the 1 year life, some crop having the 6 month life. So
Right.
we collect the data since from the sowing of the crop to the cultivation level,
Mm-hmm.
collect the different signatures. We require the time, we require the patience, and
Right.
we summarize all the signature and put to the system. Yes, if this type of spectral comes, then this means that this is the jowar crop, this is the bajra crop, this is the maize crop, or this is some other crop. Taking that notion into consideration, collect the satellite data, move this particular signature around the whole data, and identify the base location and identify the condition of the crops even though. So the
Wow.
challenge is we had solved that particular up to some extent for the local crop or
Right.
local if that crop is supposed to be get manipulated in different environment, and then that will be the wonderful area of the work. So like this, there are n number of signatures that we can create, n
Mm-hmm.
number of signatures, and that will be the world wonder later on.
Yes.
And that's why the government of India and whole world,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you may see the record speech of the honorable prime ministers of India in the
Mm-hmm.
Science Congress summit since from last 3 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because in India, when Science Congress happen, always there is a inaugural by the president of prime minister of India,
Yes, sir.
and prime minister is always says that geospatial technology. So this area comes into the new dimension, that is third dimension, that is the geospatial technology.
Right, sir.
So multispectral data, hyperspectral data, different sensor for the data collection comes in the geospatial. Geo means geography, and
Yes.
spatial means the information spread and over in the three-dimensional form. Geospatial, spatial means direction, a
Right.
particular object having the three dimension, length, width, and height. So every object having its own dimension, every
Mm.
object having its own location, tag location, and that's why the data comes on the surface of the geospatial technology. And
It,
that is the big challenge. Challenge is going and increasing ahead, and people are working hard to explore and analyze and interpret it.
that's the wonderful experience
Yeah,
you have, sir. Like when we spend time with you, I'm sure like
yeah,
even
yeah.
viewers watching this came to know about 10 to 15 challenges, what they can work on and how they can improve the society
Yes,
a better
yes,
place. That's the wonderful thing
yeah,
what you shared in
yeah,
this
yeah,
session.
yeah,
So, last
yeah,
point to cover,
yeah,
many a times researchers and PhD students get demotivated due to many things. So, what one tip you
yeah.
can give for students to stay motivated during research or while doing PhD?
Exactly. See, not only the student, even though the professor and scientists also get demotivated, even though some social responsibilities also do demotivated, because to look into the domain of the problem, don't be lose the patience.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose some particular area, do hard work, because we cannot get the research. If you see the global knowledge history of all the people, my suggestion to the young student is that they had work continuously without expecting the real output. है ना? The
Right.
work patience.
Yes, sir.
Work patience is very important.
Mm.
Whatever the work that you have taken into hand, do honestly, and continue with the very long and stability with the help of various constantly. So consistency, hard work, patience, these 3 points are very very important in the research. Though there
Mhm.
is a various challenges, you don't have the tool, you don't have the resources, you
Right.
don't have the good library, you don't have the data, you don't have the higher end machine. But all these things are start with the very microns and very simple place. You can collaborate together, you can study it, you can produce the real work. You can see the other works, but you can patiently see that is your own contribution. There is the availability in this paper, there is availability in that paper, there is
Mm.
availability in that book. You read all this particular information,
Mm.
identify the development that they have developed, and record the challenges, and to took that particular challenge as your own challenge and try to develop a small contribution will be the big contribution in future. So patience, hard work, dedications is the concern of pursuing in the research. And research is not for just research. Again, I will repeat: research is not concerned with the research is a passion, own commitment, and own consideration.
Mm.
Yes, I want to do this for the society, and that is what for I am working.
That's amazing and nice to hear, sir. Definitely, the viewers who are
Right.
watching this video definitely get motivated. And the way you explained about different concepts related to what world is aiming for, how they can open up
Yeah.
their new doors for having an advancement in image processing or like remote sensing or GIS. That was wonderful,
Yeah.
and it's very good to know, sir. Thank you,
Right.
sir. I've just covered all my questions. It was wonderful time with you. Again, it's my pleasure to
Sure.
have here on my show.
Yeah. Thank you, Monica. And I must congratulate you that you had taken this notion as a leading researcher and opening for the newcomers for motivation.
Yes,
So let us keep it ahead
yes,
and connect the people and open the door for the young buddy researchers.
yes, yes, yes,
Thank you.
yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
you.
all the listeners and all the participants.